Welcome to Valley Headliners, a weekly newscast presented by brvnews.com and produced by Bear River Live. I'm Carrie Dutry, owner and publisher of the Valley Headliner at brvnews.com. This is a locally owned and operated digital news company covering local news, sports, and community events in the Bear River Valley. Before we start tonight's show, we want to thank our sponsors, Edge Orthodontics and Dr. Clark Anderson, The Pie Dump, and Chanshare Farms. Thank you for supporting local journalism in the Bear River Valley and local businesses. Scouting for Food is one of the Tremonton Food Pantry's biggest food drives of the year. Organized by local Boy Scouts of America troops, this event has been extended throughout the month of February. brvnews.com caught up with Paul Fowler and two local scouts from Troop 126 to get an update on this year's event. Check out what they had to say right here.
So we've let people know through social media that we're doing Scouting for Food, except I don't think it's gotten out that well. But we'll be going, you can bring food to us or to the food pantry throughout the month, and we'll turn it in, and it will really help the food pantry.
You know, one of the cool things about the Tremonton Food Pantry is that it's our pantry right here in our community. So it's not like we're given to an organization where it's being sent down to Salt Lake or somewhere away. Not that that's bad. About the food pantry is it's supplying food for our neighbors and our people right here in our community. So it's a gift from our neighbors to our neighbors.
You can bring food to us or to the food pantry throughout the month, and we'll turn it in, and it will really help the food pantry.
Construction is underway on Garland City's new sewer treatment plant and has been for several months. brvnews.com caught up with Garland City Mayor Todd Miller for a quick update on the progress of that sewer treatment plant as well as its expected completion date. Check out what he had to say right here.
The site's been graded and prepped for the treatment plant, the operations building, the headworks building. Right now, they're in the middle of building the concrete walls for the treatment basins. That's way ahead of schedule. It's really, really cool. If you look over there, you can see that the foundation is 24 inches thick. The walls are 12 inches thick, 10 feet high. It's every week they're putting in between 100 and 200 yards of concrete to build this, and they build all this rebar framework, and then they form it in and pour it, and then they do the next section, and it's going so well. After that's done, then the operation building with all the equipment's going to go, and it'll be erected really fast, but it's got a big foundation, and then it'll be a steel building, and next to it will be a masonry building that's the headworks where the waste comes in first and is filtered and then distributed. And then there's a bunch of underground piping that's got to be connected. We got to go across the river. We've got to tie into the existing lines, and there's a bunch of manholes that have to be put in, and then the sewer lines will be ready to connect to the whole plant. It'll be operational by October of 2021 this fall.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Their deadline is October 1st. It's already ahead of schedule. They've been working through the worst part of the winter, and we've discussed shutdowns the whole time, and they are confident and comfortable keeping working. There's not been a lot of snow, and they've had cold weather, but they've been able to keep going. They got the foundation, the pad of the treatment basins all poured before it got really cold, and so they've been able to do this above ground work all through the coldest part of the winter, and it's been really, really cool to see. It's been really good to see all this work we've done for 10 years finally come together. And there was several times that I wasn't sure it was going to happen, that there was too many barriers, too many obstacles, too many people that didn't want it to happen, and it's finally moving, and it's way past the point of no return now.
Utah State University's Tremonton campus is open and offering community education classes starting this week. Tiffany Mansfield from the USU Brigham City and Tremonton campuses gives us a quick update on those community classes, as well as more going on at both Box Elder County locations. Check it out right here.
So a lot of people actually don't even know we have a Tremonton campus, and it's right next to the health department. At the Tremonton campus, there's 9 classrooms, and the biggest one I think seats 20 people, and the smallest one is just a baby classroom. It's 1 or 2 people.
Okay.
So it's kind of nice. Right now we're doing community ed classes, and 3 are taught in Tremonton. There's one called Composing Family Stories, and then there's another photography class, and then a creative writing class. And then there's 6 other classes here at our Brigham campus, and those run for about 6 weeks. And so we do it every spring and every fall. Class is actually taught by our director, Dan Black. It's very basic, and so if you've never done photography before, then he helps you learn about the camera and all the settings. If you are a photographer, then it's a nice brush up, and they go and do a day where they go out and take pictures, like hands-on experience. The series is every month we have invited somebody to do a presentation. It was Mary Nichols the first month. This week it's Susan Madsen, and so every month it's just somebody new, and you can join it on Zoom, or you can come into the building and participate in those, but they're just kind of fun to learn about something different outside of our little, college.
When are they offered?
They're usually on Thursday nights, and we have our lecture series flyer on our Facebook page. But if anyone's ever interested or has questions, my number is 435-919-1222, and I'm happy to help with anything. Register for community ed classes or give you information about lecture series. A lot of people think that our classes are just totally online, but no, they are in person. They are required to offer it on a Zoom link. We just started a human anatomy class this semester, and so they come 4 times a week, and it's just so fun to see them and just see that they're just excited about going to class, and even though it's hard and COVID has made it difficult, they're still here and they're pursuing their degrees, and they have a good energy.
With just a few weeks left of winter sports at Bear River High School, last week meant a small break for wrestling ahead of this Saturday's 4A state finals. High school basketball is still going strong in Region 12, so let's get to Bear River Live for a recap of last week's action after this quick commercial break.
The Pie Dumps monthly steakhouse dinner is held every third Saturday of the month from 5 to 8 p.m. Call ahead to reserve your spot or get your order to go. Each month they feature delicious food with options for the whole family.
The Bears had an unusual start to the week in games they would like to forget against the Riverhawks. The girls had a good start leading into the first 3 quarters, but turnovers and costly errors allowed the Ridgeline Riverhawks to take the victory. The boys then traveled to Ridgeline, where it was all Riverhawk basketball. The Bears only scored 25 points in that one. Here is what Coach Reggie Shaw had to say before we head into the girls' highlights from last Tuesday.
As for this one, over a long time ago, Ridgeline 80 and the Bear River Bears 25.
Yeah, the wheels fell off the bus. All the wheels fell off the bus Wednesday, and that's one thing we talked about yesterday is, hey, we got 2 options from here. We either move up or we stay down, and the kids responded and moved up. And I told them after the game, like, this is life. Like any adult knows, like, man, you lose jobs, you lose people, you lose things you love, and life sucks. And that's the feeling we had Wednesday night. And I said, man, this is life. Like, this is why these kids will be winners forever, because, man, they felt that feeling of what real life feels like and came back and responded like this. And that's what winners do. I don't care about records. Just when it comes to life, that's what winners do, and I'm proud of these kids.
The Bears led all third quarter, but errors in the fourth led to that loss. Let's kind of talk a little bit about that and how they lost their momentum.
Yeah, we had a couple turnovers. I think it was 3 in a row at one point. Down the wire, we've just got to tighten things up and be in control of the game. And Ridgeline hit a couple big shots. I think it got in our head, and we started playing with a little bit of questioning ourselves a little bit on what we can do. And the first 3 quarters were just amazing. And then Ridgeline took the lead, and it got out to 5, and then we really broke down, and it just kept going from there.
Were the girls discouraged at all about that bounce back in the fourth?
You know, every time out, we kept talking. The game goes up and down. You're down by 3 right now, but you'll be up by 3 or 4 in just a minute if you keep playing hard. They were disappointed in the locker room just a few minutes ago, but we were extremely positive. We're looking forward to Mountain Crest. If we play like we did tonight, we can be in any ball game with that fix of a few errors.
Bears did have some good defense and rebounds for most of the game, so kind of talk to me a little bit about that defense and those rebounds.
Yeah, we switched up the defense. I think we had them confused for most of the game. We had to come out and play a man late in the fourth, you know, to get some fouls and slow things down. But we really worked the last couple days on a new defense, and it paid off really, really well to help stop their threes and to work on our communication. So I'm extremely proud of them on the defensive end. Again, I feel like late in the fourth quarter, we let them get away a couple times, and that translated offensively. And we've been talking all year that defense starts the offense, and it really does. Our defensive intensity translates into scoring points.
Winds up for this throw over to Olivia Taylor. Instead of taking it back out, turns around and everybody and taps it over to Daly and puts it off the glass and in.
The Bears remain in the lead by 3.
And a block by Gracie Riley. In her face, doesn't care, puts it up. Rebound to Daly, puts it up off the glass and in. Brown's pass taken away by LaCroix. Down, going to Anderson, deep 3. And a rebound by Litchford, and she'll put it in. Here's a 3. Again by Anderson, not gonna go. Marchant tries to tap it off the Ridgeline player. Another 3 taken, and this one goes in. Too many opportunities. That's Litchford for the Riverhawks. Anderson on the drive on the left-hand side. That's no good, and Marchant with a good rebound.
7.
This
Good
one
defense.
knocked away and taken away by Gibbs. Olivia holds up top, tries to get it over to Gracie Riley. It's taken away. And Haley Anderson on the left-hand side with the layup. Here's a 3 on the way from Olivia Taylor. Short, Gibbs with the rebound, put back, goes in. With LaCroix on the baseline, trying to give it in to Taylor. And draws the foul and one. That'll wrap us up here in this one. Your final, the Riverhawks sweeping the Lady Bears 45-33.
The end of the week was better for the Bears as both teams claimed a win over Mountain Crest. The girls gained their first region win in that one with sophomore Gracie Riley leading the team and getting SodaFix Player of the Game status. And check out her interview and see what Coach Neal had to say in that one.
How does it feel to get your first region win?
Honestly, it's just amazing. We've been working so hard. I feel like we've really came close to it the past 2 games, and we finally got over the hill that we've been holding ourselves on. So it feels great.
And you're just a sophomore, but each game it seems like you contribute more, you do more. How does it feel to be such a vital part of the team?
Honestly, I just kind of forget about the age, and the team just accepts whoever's on the floor. So you just go out there and play as a team, and I feel like we are getting closer together as a team, bonding and becoming more of one. So,
what are some of your strengths?
I feel like sometimes I get in my head, but then I feel like people pick me up, so I've always tried to pick others up when they're down. So I think shooting when I'm on, and I've been working on passing lately, so that's about it.
Okay, and then you guys got 2 more games next week to wrap up region play. What's going to have to happen to get those wins there?
I think we're just going to have to keep the momentum up and keep it going and keep ourselves in a positive direction.
Congratulations on a solid win all the way through. What does it feel like to get your first region win?
Hey, that feels really good. Every one of our team members, they contributed something while they were in there, and they really lifted the court, lifted our play when they went in, and that's what we expect, and it really paid off. So it feels really good. The girls are happy, and this will throw us great into next week and going back to our competition. So we're excited.
So you mentioned some good things that you guys did. What do you feel were the key components that came down to that win tonight?
A couple free throws I know we missed a couple free throws too, but we hit those free throws to pull it away into the 8-9 point range. And so that did great. Ashley Mickelson came off the bench and hit that clutch 3. That's the kind of plays we're talking about that people came in and did. Caitlin McKee's 3 early to get us rolling. Olivia all through the game. And then Kate and Gracie, I mean, they were just solid on the boards, and we knew what we could expect out of them, which is some good solid defense and good motion on offense and the shots that they got. So it was good.
At what point did you guys realize you had that win?
I don't know if I ever realized I had the win. I was nervous down the wire too, but really about a minute and a half when we got to 10 points, it was, and they got a couple good shots down the wire, but when we hit that 10-point mark, I think we were feeling okay about it.
Sadie, kick it over far side and blocked away by Dally. Clears it back out. Sadie's shot not going to go, and a rebound. Over to Olivia, tries to match a three of her own and gets it to go. Olivia, the Euro step inside and off the glass and in. It's been a good one. Glad you were able to join us. Mickelson looks at a three. Olivia gets to the baseline, kick back out. Gracie Riley puts up a hard shot off the glass and gets the roll. Taylor through traffic and one. Mickelson over to Taylor. Taylor with a good layup on the other end. High pass tipped away by Dally. Ball still loose and Gracie Riley will pick it up. And that'll be it. The first regional win for the Lady Bears comes tonight at Mountain Crest with a score of 49-38. Hey, we'd like to thank all our sponsors for making this possible. It takes a whole team to get this done, and big thanks to brvnews.com, Valley Headliners.
The girls will wrap up regular season play this week with a game tomorrow at Logan to take on the Grizzlies, then finish off at home against the Wolves. We go back to Coach Neal.
So what can we expect next week to finish out region? What's it going to come down to get those wins?
It's going to be a big game over to Logan, and I hope it's not, kind of like it was tonight, as physical as they let them play the first half without calling, a single foul in the first quarter. But it's going to be a physical battle, and hopefully a couple shots will go down for us that keep us battling with those other big teams. So we're excited.
The boys basketball team was at an all-time low on Wednesday and decided changes needed to be made. They proved that they turned things around in their hard-fought win against Mountain Crest on Friday. Freshman Garrig Marble was named Sodafix Player of the Game in that one, as he dominated the court with rebounds and 21 points. See what he had to say, along with Coach Reggie Shaw.
So you were just a freshman. You had an awesome night. You almost always have an awesome night. What does that feel like to be such a big contributor at such a young age?
It feels good, but no matter how many minutes I get, whether it's 20 or 5, I come in and just do my thing. So.
And what is your thing? What do you feel is your strength?
I just play defense, get rebounds, and the offense will come.
Feel for you guys to get the win tonight.
It felt great. We've been kind of struggling lately, especially on Wednesday. So it felt good to come out, and we trusted each other and we believed in each other. We just got a good team win. It was nice. It feels good.
And so next week you guys wrap up region play with 2 games. What's going to happen there to get the win?
We're going to have a good week of practice starting on Monday with early morning practice. And so we just got to practice hard, work hard, and do all the little things that make us good.
Congrats on sweeping Mountain Crest. How does it feel to get another region win under your belt?
It feels good, especially the way that we played. Things in the second half, I would like to put them away, but they knocked down some shots, and the way we responded and answered to that and kind of maintained our lead, and I'm proud of the way we played, and that's a great win. Anytime you win in this region, it's a great win, and so I'm happy for our guys.
And like you mentioned, you can never count out Mountain Crest because they can really turn a game around. At what point did you feel comfortable you had the win, and what were the things that made it possible to get the win?
Honestly, I felt comfortable yesterday at practice. Seriously, like these kids came to practice yesterday with some fire that I haven't seen all year. And then they came out in the first quarter and continued that fire. And I just said, you know what, we're in a different place right now. And even when Mountain Crest made that run and brought the game back to single digits and they were hitting shots, the fire was still in their eyes. And I just kind of looked at our staff and I'm like, we're fine. We're good right now. And so, it sounds maybe a little corny, but man, yesterday at practice, we earned this win today. And, I love that. I loved what we did today.
And every night, it seems like you guys have a wide range of players who do a good job. Is there anyone you want to mention tonight?
I mean, obviously, we give freshman Garrick Marble his first varsity start ever, and I expected maybe a little bit of jitters. We've had some guys hurt at practice and guys a little sore, and so I wanted to be cautious with minutes a little bit, and so we gave him a start, and he earned it, and he deserved it. And he comes out and goes 9 for 10 with 21 points, 12 rebounds for his first varsity start. That's a pretty good night. There's a couple kids on the team that I feel like over the last little bit have kind of struggled, and I feel like Josh Payne is one that at times this year is and he came out tonight and said, hey, don't forget about me. And he was a stud. He didn't light up the scoreboard, and I don't need him to, but he took care of the ball. He had some assists. He pulled down some boards. It was a team effort. It was a team win, but, Case Jones did his thing, and that is always nice, always helps. But I thought those two in particular really stepped up tonight to help this team get a win.
Back. Can't do it, but a rebound and put back by Jason Jacobson. Gehrig tricks back in, puts up a shot, and picks right up where he left off. Gives it back to Marble. Barfus 3. He get in the action tonight. And now he can just dribble to a victory, sweeping the Mustangs this season in basketball in the second region win for the Bears. Bears get the win, 69-58 over the Mountain Crest Mustangs. We'll see you next week for more Bear River Sports. You've been watching Bear River Live.
The boys will also finish up regular season as they host the Grizzlies, looking for redemption and hope to finish off strong at Green Canyon. Here is Coach Shaw hoping the fire will still be raging going into the playoffs.
Wrap up region play next week. What can we expect there, and what's going to happen to get the wins?
We got to keep this fire, this look in our eyes right now. Logan came out and they made a statement against us, and they were tough. And I left that game a little uneasy, and I was a little fired up after that game. And I would love to see this fire come back into this building on Wednesday. And then same thing, Green Canyon, man. We had Green Canyon on the ropes all game. They were winning all game, and then they come out and beat us by 5 there in the final couple minutes. And that's a heartbreaker. And man, I would feel great going into the state getting these 3 wins, because despite what happened Wednesday, this is a good basketball team. And if we can end this thing on 3 straight wins, we're dangerous. And we could be a lot of fun and a lot of problems for team down the road.
The girls and boys wrestling team will be at state this weekend. We wish them good luck and hope to hear great things.
Thanks for joining us this week on Valley Headliners with brvnews.com. Check out next week's show on Monday, February 22nd, starting at 5:30 p.m. at brvnews.com. See you then.